Now, from the Low Country's news leader, this is Live 5 News.
Right now, a very busy afternoon and evening all over the Low Country, and Live 5 has team coverage for all of the events. Our sports director Kevin Bilodeau and Chris Obarski are at Johnson Haygood Stadium for the Sertoma Football Classic. Alexis Simmons is catching all of the other football action at the Dorchester County Showdown, and Brad Stryker is getting ready to rock on Daniel Island with Hootie and the Blowfish and Jordan Wilkerson helping track how all of the events are affecting the roads. But we're also watching the chance of some rain that could make those events a little wet.
It's a different day, but the same story. Rain and scattered storms across the Low Country. You can see some of that rain here on the radar. The good news is most of it seems to be staying inland, away from the coast. Chief Meteorologist Bill Waltz live at the Andrews Heritage Festival in Georgetown County. Bill, still a chance for some scattered showers tonight.
Yeah, we have a few, definitely, in particular setting up back inland. We're up here in beautiful Georgetown County and Andrews, but let's start with radar. We're going to show you first alert Super Doppler radar with all that's going on tonight. You can see on a wider shot, we do have a lot of showers lining up back inland. Let's go into Walterboro and back into Colleton County, and you folks are seeing some showers and a couple of hits of thunder here and there. From Walterboro, we're going to go up toward Pringletown and down along I-26 and back toward 78. You can still see quite a bit of rain shower activity there. And then more up our way where we are up into parts of Williamsburg, Berkeley, and up into Georgetown County. We are still looking at some showers. So again, these are going to be kind of set up throughout the evening hours. As we take a look at temperatures right now, we are in the mid-80s. I mean, at least the temperature's being held at bay just a little bit. You can see some mid-80s from, say, Somerville over to Monk's Corner, back down toward Beaufort and down along the coastline. North Charleston still in the mid-80s. Let's talk about the next couple of hours. We've got Sertoma tonight. We've got all kinds of stuff. We've got Darius singing over on beautiful Daniel Island. We are up here in Andrews. You can see hour by hour. We are in the mid-80s, dropping a little bit later on tonight. But we can't rule out a couple of raindrops. So if you're going out, just kind of throw that in your planning. But again, right now it looks like the rain's setting up more back inland. We are up in beautiful Georgetown County, and again, it's the Andrews Heritage Festival going on tonight and tomorrow. We're going to talk more about that coming up live from Georgetown County and Andrews on a big kickoff to the weekend. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Bill. Such a busy afternoon here in the Low Country, and that could mean it will be a little hectic for you on the roads on your way home. Jordan Wilkerson is in the First Alert Traffic Center. Jordan, any issues so far?
Yes, we have several accidents outside right now. Debbie, let me show you on our traffic flow map here where we're seeing those. Now, we did have one on I-26 at Dorchester Road earlier. That just cleared in the last minute or so, but we are also watching an accident at exit 220B on I-26 as well. As we move a little inland, we've got an accident on I-526 westbound at Dorchester Road and an accident on I-26 eastbound at the merge exit for 526. Of course, that's exit 212. Then we have an accident, this one on Ashley Phosphate Road at Stratton Drive, and an accident on I-26 westbound at University Boulevard. So we're seeing a lot of activity. Of course, a lot of people out on the roadways. The good news is we're not seeing a lot of wet roads now, at least not along the main metro. Here's a look at the drive times. About 30 minutes to get from Mount Pleasant to West Ashley, actually opposite direction too on 526. A quick look at I-26 where things not looking too bad, around 20 minutes. We'll have more updates in minutes.
Right now, night 2 just getting underway at the Sertoma Football Classic downtown. Burke and the Charleston School of Math and Science getting ready to kick off any minute now, and they will be followed by Baptist Hill and Garrett. Sports Director Kevin Bilodeau at Johnson Haygood Stadium right now. Special K, what's up?
Hey guys, welcome back out to Johnson Haygood Stadium where the second and final night of the Sertoma Classic is just about to get underway. As Bill said, the first game about to take place, Charleston Charter taking on Burke. Now, one of the big changes they made, actually they made it in the middle of last night. All games still going to be 2 quarters tonight, but they noticed last night everything was taking a little bit too long. So instead of being just the regular kind of running clock that they normally have, it's going to be a full running clock for every game in the first quarter and then go back to regular time for the second quarter. So hopefully hopefully that should shave about 5 or 10 minutes off of each game, helping things to move just a little bit better. Take a look at what we have on tap for tonight. Pinewood Prep and Garrett going to be facing off after this. They're going to be followed by Stratford and Baptist Hill. Porter Gatto meet Academic Magnet, and the marquee game of the night featuring Bishop England and Goose Creek. We're going to have complete coverage from everything coming up tonight at 11 o'clock right here on Live 5. That's going to do it for now from Johnson-Hagan Stadium. I'm Kevin Bilodeau. Let's go back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Kevin. Berkeley County School District officials have planned a book bag and supply giveaway for tomorrow. It will be at Berkeley High School. It comes after the One Berkeley Back to School Festival was forced to cancel because of rain. That event will be from 9 a.m. to noon now, and the book bags will only be given to children at this new event. And recent heavy rains have forced tomorrow's Police Community Day to be postponed. Representative Wendell Gilliard says the event will be rescheduled for another day. The event, set for Brittlebank Park, normally involves food and music and a bike raffle. We'll update you as soon as authorities set a new date.
Right now, a visitation underway for two young brothers who were stabbed to death in North Charleston this week. Police say 8-year-old Avery Martin and 2-year-old Aiden were attacked and killed by their own uncle in their apartment Monday afternoon. Police reporter Harv Jacobs is live at Grace Funeral Home in Moncks Corner, where family and friends are paying their respects. Harv, a sad story here.
Bill said, indeed, I've seen people walk out of the funeral home with tissues, handkerchiefs, wiping tears from their eyes. Understandably so, Bill. The visitation began about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Some folks were actually here before then. One thing stood out to me today. Some of the people who came here, they're wearing basketball jerseys of the Golden State Warriors. If you're not familiar with them, they won the NBA championship this year. And on the back of those jerseys, the number 30 and the name Curry. Stephen Curry's a star player for the team. I learned that Avery Martin's favorite basketball team was the Golden State Warriors, so obviously they wore those jerseys in tribute to him. The visitation lasts till 7 o'clock tonight. The boys' funeral will be at noon tomorrow at the Redeemer Reformed Episcopal Church. That is in Pineville in Berkeley County. Live in Moncks Corner, Harv Jacobs, Live 5 News.
Isle of Palms fire officials say a man pulled from the water at the Isle of Palms early this morning has died. Authorities say a man in his early 40s was swimming when his brother lost sight of him for about 45 minutes. When the man's brother eventually saw him, he pulled him out of the water and started CPR. Dispatch says they received the call about the possible drowning just before 3:30 this morning.
A Fort Stewart soldier who died yesterday in a car crash in Georgia has now been identified. He's 30-year-old Alex Bentley Freeman. Police say he tried to turn in front of an oncoming dump truck when the two vehicles collided. The driver of the dump truck was taken to the hospital.
This is new at 5. The inmate who posted a video to social media from prison wielding a knife and making threats has been punished. We first showed you this video yesterday of Joey Rivera at the Evans Correctional Institution. Ashley Holland has more on the punishment he faces.
The inmate in that video has since been placed in solitary confinement and his Facebook profile shut down. This was the video he put over Facebook, showing off a knife, seemingly having a good time, and making threats, giving a tour of what appears to be a dorm. The Facebook profile, cell phone used to video, and knife are, of course, all contraband. An anonymous viewer saw this on her Facebook feed, sent a tip to the Department of Corrections, and contacted us with concerns over the safety of others inside of the prison once she saw even more Facebook updates from Rivera days after sending that tip. And now staff say he's being disciplined. We're told this was Rivera's third Facebook profile to be shut down. The department's director says they did receive that tip from the anonymous whistleblower on their website, but they had not yet investigated it because of the influx of tips they receive, and he says they investigate them in the order they receive them. Reporting in Columbia, I'm Ashley Holland.
Ashley, thank you. Rivera was serving time in prison for burglary. The Corrections Department director says he could get even more punishment beyond solitary confinement.
A heads up for you Santee Cooper customers out there. The board of directors has approved a plan to cancel 2 proposed rate increases. This comes a week after the board suspended construction of 2 nuclear power units at the VC Summer Nuclear Station. The decision means a public hearing on the rate increases scheduled for next week and a second one in October have both been canceled. The Ashley River bike lane could be no more. Next at 5:30, the new study that may lead Charleston County Council to put the brakes on the project.
Big crowds already gathering outside of the Volvo Car Stadium to see Hootie and the Blowfish. I'll have more on the concert coming up next.
Right now, we're keeping a close eye on traffic on 526 near Daniel Island as we get ready for the big Hootie and the Blowfish concert tonight. Each year, the band collects school supplies to donate to local schools and is playing 2 concerts in 2 days this weekend. Brad Stryker, a lucky guy. He's live at the Volvo Car Stadium right now. Brad, it looks like there's a pretty big crowd there already, huh?
Absolutely, Bill. If you actually take a look right over here, you can see dozens of people already lined up, getting ready to go in, get that chance to see Hootie and the Blowfish, something that people are obviously very excited for. Now, this is an event that a lot of people have been waiting for a long time, and like you said, they're going to be doing something a little bit different. They're actually focusing their event on donating school supplies. That's what that bus is filled with right over here. So I spoke with the bus driver inside. They tell me that inside of that bus, there's a bunch of school supplies. They're going to be taking it off, unloading it, and eventually that's all going to be donated 2 different schools around the areas, and a lot of that school donations will be happening tomorrow. So the gates here are going to open at around 6 p.m. They're going to be let inside the Volvo Car Stadium behind me. We're going to be out here until then, continuing coverage of what's going on out here. But for now, live out front of the Volvo Car Stadium, I'm Brad Stryker, Live 5 News.
From Daniel Island, we head to the annual Andrews Heritage Festival. It's getting underway in Georgetown County right now. That event includes a rib cook-off, 5K run, a lot of food, Bill, for you, and a car show. And we are keeping a close eye on the chance of a stray shower that could make the evening a little wet. Our chief meteorologist, Bill Walsh, is in Andrews right now. So, Bill, the fun just getting started.
Oh, it is. It really is. In fact, it's delayed a little bit because of the mud, because of heavier rain earlier. So they're going to try to get a couple of rides going maybe later on tonight. But we are here in Georgetown County, beautiful Andrews, and we're talking about those stray showers because there's so much going on around the lowcountry right into this evening and this weekend. Let's start with the lowcountry's most powerful live radar. It's First Alert Super Doppler Max, and boy, you can see right there, we do see some showers along the right along the sea breeze away from the coast. So let's zoom in on a couple of areas. We're going to take you up to Walterboro, back toward Cottageville, along I-95. We had a couple of showers out there. We're keeping an eye on those. Let's go on up into Dorchester County, right there along the Berkeley County line. We are still seeing some showers up your way. Be on the lookout there. And then back up this way as you move into Berkeley and Williamsburg, even parts of Georgetown County, a couple of showers, and again, most of them are away from the coast, so not a big deal, but bottom line is a couple of hit and miss scattered showers out there. Let's take a look at temperatures. The good news, temperatures are being kept at bay in the mid-80s from North Charleston back over to Walterboro, Mount Pleasant to the Isle of Palms. We are in the mid-80s with some pockets of sunshine. So as we go hour by hour, let's talk about that Sertoma weather once again, or if you're coming up here to Andrews or maybe going over to the Darius Rucker Show and the Hootie and the Blowfish, again, it looks over the next couple hours to be in the comfortable 80s, but the deal is, chance of showers not all that high. We got to keep a few in there, but in particular away from the coast. Here's a look at the weather map, and again, we've got a couple of things going on. We've got a weak area of low pressure down to our south, plenty of moisture. So the chance of those scattered showers, the wet pattern continues into the weekend. It's not going to be all weekend. It's going to be just kind of hit and miss depending on where they set up as far as the showers go. So let's take a look at the future. And of course, for that, the first alert to you Saturday morning. We'll wake up 7 o'clock in the morning. Some clouds. Can't rule out a couple of raindrops. As we go hour by hour through lunchtime, again, sun mixing with some clouds. Really depends on where you are. If you're going to the beach, just keep an eye to the sky. And then through tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, again, that'll be the better chance of showers and a couple of thunderstorms as we take a look into your Saturday evening. So bottom line, it's just going to be kind of hit and miss as we head into the weekend. Boating weather, if you're going out to do a little fishing, you're going to head to the beaches. Here's a look at the beach and boating forecast. And again, wind's not all that strong, but just keep an eye to the sky, about a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. There are the tides. Water temperature still holding in the comfortable 80s. All right, let's talk about the tropics. And again, we've been watching that wave. It's 99L out there in the central Atlantic pushing off to the west. Not all that impressive right now. We're going to continue to watch that. That's where it is. Let me show you the computer models. Again, mostly keeping it well off the southeast coast at this point. If it develops, we'll watch it. We'll give you the first alert. And remember, the hurricane experts are always right here at Live 5. But at this point, we're just going to monitor this weather system. All right, let us take a peek at your weekend. Are you ready for the weekend? We are talking about 90 on Saturday, 90 on Sunday. We always start with your weekend first, and you can see just about a 40% chance on Saturday, 50% chance on Sunday. Let's dive into next week, and again, a little bit unsettled. We still have quite a bit of moisture around, so we're going to keep that chance of a shower or thunderstorm in the forecast right into the beginning and middle of next week. So overall, it looks like it's going to be kind of scattered about again as we make our way into next week. Maybe a better pattern change as we head into our eclipse week. So we're going to kind of be looking at that again a little bit later on. But at least right now, the pattern maybe a little bit drier for the eclipse day. We're hoping for more of a northwesterly flow in the upper atmosphere to help dry us out, to get fewer clouds, but we'll have to continue to watch that. We are in Andrews, the boyhood home of Chubby Checker, of course, and some great people here in Georgetown County. This is the Heritage Festival, and it goes on through tomorrow. We're going to talk more about that. There are some rides, but there's a lot of mud right now, so we'll talk more about that coming up later on live, getting your weekend underway from the great city of Andrews. What about traffic? We've got Jordan standing by back in the studio. How are we doing out there, Jordan?
Hey, Bill, things are looking a little bit better from just moments ago where we saw several accidents strewn about the main metro. However, most of those look to have cleared now, so that is great news. And some of those accidents were ones we've been following since 4 o'clock. So about time, right? So here's a look at another accident, though. This one's on Highway 17 at exit 220 for I-26. Then we have an accident on Ashley Phosphate Road at Stratton Drive. And then you did see the typical congestion we see this time of the day in the usual areas. But again, the good news is those traffic accidents are starting to decrease. So here's a look at those drive times. Just under 30 minutes in both directions to go from West Ashley to Mount Pleasant to West Ashley on I-526. I-26 drive times right now can't really beat it for a Friday afternoon. Around 20 minutes in both directions at Somerville to downtown, downtown to Somerville. 15 minutes or less going on Highway 17. Be careful out there.
The Sertoma Classic isn't the only high school football happening here in the Lowcountry. Right now, in just about 10 minutes, gates will open for the second annual Dorchester County Showdown. Alexis Simmons is at Somerville's Memorial Stadium right now. Alexis, 3 teams getting ready to play tonight.
Right, Debbie, and it is a beautiful weather right now. A good night for some football. The sun is out and shining, and like you said, in the next 10 minutes, we should expect to see these stands filling up with some excited fans to get the season kicked off. Now, we're going to be seeing Woodland High School, Ashley Ridge High School, as well as the home team, Somerville High. They're going to be playing each other. You'll get to see them face off each other throughout this evening. Now, if you haven't bought your tickets yet, you can actually purchase them right here in the front gate for $10. Those proceeds will actually go back to some of the athletic programs in the county, in addition to a local charity. Don't forget your umbrella or your rain jacket as well, because we could see a turn in this weather, so always be prepared. I'll be live on Live 5 News at 6 o'clock for another update from the field. I'll send it back to you in the studio, Debbie.
Thank you, Alexis. We're just 10 days away from the solar eclipse, and Live 5 has been warning you about the need for special eclipse glasses. If you don't wear the proper glasses, you could do permanent damage to your eyes. Authorities warn you that blindness is a real risk if you don't have the proper eye protection. Don't use your normal sunglasses. If you are photographing the event, you'll need special filters for your cameras. We have a list of approved glasses on our website. Just go to live5news.com. Back to school with some of your favorites from Live 5. Also soccer, dancing, and the final triathlon. Next at 5, everything happening in this week's 5 Around Town.
Let's talk about those drive times if you're about to leave your house or work to get that weekend started. So we're looking pretty good, a little bit slow on 526. Just about 30 minutes to get in both directions from West Ashley to Mount Pleasant and Mount Pleasant to West Ashley. As we take a look at I-26, though, it's been pretty good there all afternoon, around 20 minutes. We have had some incidents, but most of those have cleared. So we'll continue to monitor the situation and give you the first alert with more coming up at 5:30.
You know, this is the last weekend before school starts for students in Charleston and Berkeley counties, and there's a lot to do before the kids go back to school. Kyle Jordan has all the events happening in this week's 5 Around Town.
Summer vacation is practically over as students in the Lowcountry start heading back to school next week. So that basically makes this the last hurrah. And the biggest back to school bash is happening right here at Liberty Square. We're talking about First Day Festival on Sunday. Now vendors will be filling the square. They will be stocked with back to school goodies for students here in Charleston County. The Live 5 crew will be out here, so be sure to stop by and say hello. First Day Fest runs from 1 to 4. The 5th and final race in the Charleston Sprint Triathlon Series is Sunday at James Island County Park. This race will determine the overall champions for the summer series. The race includes a 600-yard swim, a 12-mile bike ride, and a 5K run. On-site registration opens up from 6 to 7 Sunday morning before the race starts at 7:15. Put on your dancing shoes for another round of shagging on the Cooper Saturday night. Enjoy live music from Vinyl Days during the monthly dance party at the Mount Pleasant Pier. The gates open at 7, the music's from 8 to 11. Admission's $8 in advance and $10 at the gate. Children 3 and younger get in for free. And the Charleston Battery need loud and rowdy fans to turn out Saturday when they host the New York Red Bulls 2. The club is looking for its first win since July 1st. The first 500 fans through the gates at MUSC Health Stadium will get Thunder Sticks. The gates open at 5:30 and the match kicks off at 7. Also here at First Day Festival at Liberty Square, students will get free access into the South Carolina Aquarium and tours out to Fort Sumter. And we also wrap up the weekend with another second Sunday on King. Now, if you head over to my Facebook page, Kyle Jordan at Live 5 News, and look for the Around Town logo, we have a link to 2 hours of free parking in downtown. In downtown Charleston, Kyle Jordan, Live 5 News.
No, we could all use more money, except, of course, for Raphael James. But do you know the best way to ask for a raise? The tips you need to know when you approach your boss.